Hello, it's Molly Reamer with Bridget's Grove and 30 Days of Goddess, and welcome to October in our October practice update. So, first, I would like to invite you to take a minute to just drop into your body, to allow yourself to come into this time in this place right here, right now, letting any cares or concerns drop away for a few moments while you recenter back into presence, into your own wholeness, into your own magic, into your own strength. Then I have an offering prayer / blessing that I invite you to share with me. So hold your hands in prayer pose. Bring your fingertips to your lips and kiss them softly. Offer yourself a blessing from your own hands. Lay one gentle palm across your forehead. Let the other one rest against your heart. And then stretch your arms wide, gathering in some fresh inspiration and insight and understanding and energy. Let it stream into you. Sweep your hands back down to hug yourself. And cradle your face with your own hands. Remind yourself of what you may too often forget. You are loved. You are powerful. You are strong. You are creative. You are magic. Fold both hands back across your heart and breathe. Here you are. You have been invited to live inside a miracle. Offer yourself to it fully. Thank you so much for being here, whether this is your first month of practice or whether you have been with us for the past roughly 630 days. Welcome, welcome. There is a place for you. And in fact, 30 Days of Goddess in many ways is about making a place for yourself. It's about holding space for the sacred and for yourself in your very own life, about making a place for yourself in your very own life. And it really is about prioritizing what you hold most dear, prioritizing daily space for the sacred, prioritizing coming back home to center, prioritizing your magic, stabilizing yourself, building your own wholeness, recommitting to your own life as it is right now. So that is what 30 Days of Goddess is here to offer, encourage, support, and nourish. So thank you so much for being here. I would love to invite you to take a moment to tell yourself, good job, here you are. It can be hard to carve out a space for the sacred in your own life, even if you just crave it, even if you feel it dancing around the edges, even if you feel this deep longing in your heart and soul, it can still be hard to carve out that time. So look, here you are, you're doing it. Good job, way to go. Keep it up, keep doing it. And even if the space that you create is a very small one, it's still amazing, it's still powerful, and it's still life-changing. It's a life-changing magic to commit to daily practice. And so this video is going to be short this month because I am offering an October Magic class that I have created more than 40 new videos for, and so I don't want to overload you with too many new videos and resources all at one time. So you are welcome to join me in the October Magic Classroom. There will be a link to it below this video, and you are eligible for a sweet 50% discount with the code 30 days. When you enter it at registration, then you'll get a 50% discount on that class. If you are familiar with 30 Days of Goddess, if you've been around for a long time, then the class will be familiar to you, but all the all 40 of the videos are brand new for that class. There's some repeat like backup information, but the 40 videos are all fresh for that class. So you will still find some renewed inspiration and insight. And that really brings me to the theme for this month, which is restoration and renewal. So I invite you to consider how it is that you renew yourself. I think daily practice is about renewing ourselves each day. We're invited to step into that day, to that moment, to recommit, to renew, to reconnect right in that moment. Every day is an invitation into the renewal of daily practice. But so the theme is restoration and renewal as a theme, but also as a daily reality. Like I would love for all of us to regularly experience every single day restoration and renewal, both because we need it. Like our souls take a little bit of a battering, and there's things that throw us off of our sensation of equilibrium, and there are challenges and everyday struggles and communication issues and things like that. So every day really needs to hold a space for restoration and renewal. That's what gives us a refilled battery to draw upon as we move forward into the rest of our lives. So every day is sacred. We don't, as I've said before, we don't need to reserve the goddess only for special moments. Magic isn't something that we keep in a little box on our altar and only look at it on the full moon. It permeates our whole lives. We are always on sacred ground. We are our own sacred spaces. Our lives are holy now, but sometimes we forget those things. And so daily practice is a way to recommit, restore, and renew in every single day. So restoration and renewal as a daily reality. And I'm also thinking about this final part of the year and kind of descending, preparing for the descent into the cave. So what do you need to feel strengthened and renewed as we move into this last part of the year? What do you need to keep your magic strong and bright, to keep yourself healthy and renewed? What do you need as we prepare to descend into the final part of the year? And challenge being, how about let yourself have those things? How about let yourself have those things? So I find that we often know what we need. Like if we take the time to actually listen, which 30 Days of Goddess allows us that little container, that space to listen every single day. And when we take the time and we make the space to listen, we do know what we need. Like it's in there. It's in there. It chimes in the bones. It chimes in the blood. It whispers in the dream time. We do know what we need. And hopefully we can trust ourselves to live that into being. But it can be a challenge also, you can listen to what you need, and it can be a challenge to then bring that into reality, because there's so many other things that push and pull at us for our attention and our time. So many worthy and wonderful things. These are not, bad things. Sometimes they're crises or stressors, but a lot of times they're just really great things, and there's just a lot of them. So that's what I'd like to invite you to consider is, what do you need for renewal, and how can you allow yourself to have it? Because you probably know exactly what it is. How can you allow yourself to have it? How can you make space to have it? And how can you restore yourself daily so that you move into this final part of the year with strength and courage and with support? So you are held and supported as we move into that next part of the year. Okay, so the other thing that I've been thinking about a lot is truly about the life-changing magic of this process, the 30 Days of Goddess process. And for those of you who are new, and for those of you who have been here for a long time, you are probably here because you crave more magic in your life, because you crave meaning, because you crave authenticity, because you crave delight, because you crave joy, because you hear the goddess or feel and sense the goddess present in your life, but you're looking for ways to bring her more fully in. You're looking for ways to recenter, to deepen, to strengthen, and renew. And I really do find that this 30 days of Goddess practice, this process of daily practice, it is a life-changing magic. And it's taken me until the last couple of months to name that and claim that, instead of saying things like, oh, I made you a little thing, but you don't have to use it. Oh, I've got this option, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Guess what? This is a life-changing magic. I've made great things for you, and I love it if you use them, because I believe deeply, strongly, richly, and truly that there is a life-changing magic here, and I would love for you to experience it. So you will find below this video your downloads for creating a prayer book. If you are a uh, patron, part of the Goddess Magic community on Patreon, you will also get a set of little daily graphics that are in color that you can get printed in color. This month, we have both formats, the regular daily practice prayer book, which you will find in the Etsy shop. That's bridgetsgrove.etsy.com. Or you will find a file below to print your own. Goddess Magic people get this actual file in digital, whereas the open to everybody, it's important to me to keep this practice open and accessible to everybody. So the public post in which you're watching this video also has an anytime use prayer book attached. So you can just print it out and use it yourself. You don't have to buy anything from me, though if you want to, there's lots of goodies available at bridgetsgrove.etsy.com. But the other thing is the mini practice prayer book. You'll have a file for making one yourself, or I have 2 versions on Amazon right now that you can order from Amazon, or there'll be some in the Etsy shop as well. And so the little teeny tiny one is meant to be very flexible, very simple, and it is also meant to work really swimmingly with those little daily graphics. So you might find that this is a perfect match for you, where you can just put the little graphic in, maybe add some writing, maybe not. I have lots of days where I didn't do any writing in this mini version, and it's a nice, delightful pocket-sized version for you. So you can make your own, or you can order one from me or off of Amazon as a little daily practice prayer book. And so back to life-changing magic. One of the things that I wanted to make sure to emphasize this month is something that I touched on in a live video on Facebook that I made for the Goddess Magic community. I've been going live there on Mondays with a little dollop of Monday magic, a little dose of inspiration. And so that's one of the perks of being in the Patreon community, is I have a Monday live for some Monday magic. But one of the things that I mentioned in there is recently is that I often say in these practice updates for 30 Days of Goddess, I often say you don't have to be any more special or any more magical than you already are. You just start from here, you start from now. Well, one of the things that really struck me recently is thinking about how people around you might expect you to be different than you are, want you to be different than you are, and how in some ways, maybe it isn't always about not needing to be any more special or magical than you are. Maybe we could also consider that we don't need to be any less special or less magical than we are either. And that in some ways we might fall prey to the dimming of our shine, the trying to be the way that we think trying to be a certain way, trying to please a certain person, trying to tamp down some of the magic that we feel because we don't want to overwhelm other people or make people think we're weird or whatever. So I really wanted to hone in on that this month, is that you don't have to be any less special or less magical than you are either. So you don't have to try to be extra amazingly special and magical, but you don't have to dim your shine either. Like how you are right now, like let that magic out, let it ripple forth, let it pour forth like a swirling river. Claim your voice, claim your energy, claim your power, claim your gifts and your strengths and your courage and your rising in this world. Do not shrink or play small or become less than. So I wanted to leave that thought with you as well. You do not shrink or diminish yourself. People might tell you to be less intense, less intense. Maybe you're too much for somebody. And I found that devotion, that focus, that intensity, that purpose, that commitment, that feeling on fire with your creativity, with your inspiration, with your ideas, with your work, capital W work. It can make other people uncomfortable, and their response to you might be to encourage you to be less. Their response might be to encourage you to be less. Do not be less. Do not dim your shine. Do not shut down your magic. Do not silence your voice. Do not play small. Sometimes playing small is wonderful. Sometimes we need to stand up for the small and the soft and the ordinary. But sometimes we need to shine. We need to let it blaze forth in all its glory. So do not be any less special or less magical than you already are either. And so that's what I wanted to really remind you of and reaffirm for you. And a reminder that October Magic, the class, is coming up with fresh videos and great resources. And again, you can get a 50% discount on that class with the code 30 days, and the link to register will be below this video. So I really would love to invite you to join that and really, really sink deeply into this life-changing magic of daily practice. There is so many ways to move from stressed to centered every single day, and that's what October Magic is designed to walk you through, is moving from stressed to centered in as little as 15 minutes every day. So I would love it if you would join us there, and your other resources are attached below. And welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to leave us with a reading from the 30 Days of Goddess prayer book for October. And I just wanted to share that with you out loud. But go ahead and take another deep breath and let yourself rest in the sensation of being strong, powerful, and magical. Let yourself taste the possibility of playing big, of being bold and bright and blazing. Here's the poem. Find the threads of your caring, wrinkled and worn. Gather the fragments of your creativity, splintered and sharp with longing. Call together the shards of your attention, fragmented and far flung. Bring them all back together and hold them in your arms. Look at your many pieces and then set forth. If some pieces drop away, let them fall, but cradle all you can carry with tenderness and dedication. Let them feel your heartbeat and the warm skin of your chest. Let your soft breath caress them as you whisper your promises, and let your voice rise as you sing to keep all your parts company on the long road. Eventually, the path disappears, and still you walk, clutching what is precious and wondering what else might yet fall away. In the shadows deep within, at last, you glimpse a cauldron full-bellied and black. Approach with both reverence and relief. Tip your fragments into it and let them soak. Sit quietly and watch the bubbles. Notice steam begin to rise and curl into the air. Allow the flavors to deepen and meld. Notice how much changes with enough time to steep. Savor the taste of your very own life recollected. Thank you so much for being here. Blessings to you all.